Hey guys, welcome back. Dr. T living your best life here in the Philippines, and I am in my condo in Lapu-Lapu in Mactan, Newtown right now. So I wanted to do a video and hopefully help you guys if you're thinking about moving here between Cebu and specifically Lapu-Lapu and Bohol. So I've been here for 3 months and I lived in Lapu-Lapu, and like I said, I am in Mactan, Newtown, in my condo. And sorry for the lighting, I know it's a little funny, but I wanted to give this backdrop here on purpose so I can talk about the differences in living in Cebu and Bohol. So I've been back and forth to Bohol 4 or 5 times now, and I got a second place over in Bohol, and I'm moving in next week actually. But I'm keeping my place here in Mactan, Newtown. So I'm going to talk about that, and maybe I can save you guys some money instead of doing like I'm doing and getting 2 places. But I'm going to explain my thought process that went into that and kind of what made me specifically decide that, and maybe it'll make some sense. So when I got here in the Philippines, I stayed over in Cebu City in IT Park for a couple days. And originally when I was looking at moving to the Philippines, that was really the area. I went back and forth between Dumaguete, and just because that was a real popular destination and a lot of the YouTube channels I was watching were a lot of those people were living in Dumaguete. So originally I was looking at there, and then I came on to Cebu, and then I started researching areas, and a lot of the things that were coming up on YouTube were IT Park and around the mall and things like that. So I stayed over there for a few days. When I got to the Philippines, I absolutely hated it, every minute of it. And I know that's where a lot of people end up living, and that's where a lot of the big condos are, and that's, you know, like I said, a lot of the YouTube channels are based out of there. So there's a lot of positive reviews on it. I personally didn't like it. It was way too busy. The traffic congestion was insane. The pollution is absolutely disgusting over in Cebu City. Around that area, like literally you don't want to go out walking. It just feels like you're breathing in exhaust fumes 24/7. I like to walk, I like to run. You're not doing that over there, at least with any decent air quality. And I'm not some weird environmentalist. I just, I like to breathe in clean air when at all possible, right? I didn't like it. I like to ride the motorcycle. I bought a motorcycle. I'll do another video on that later. So I looked at condos over in Lapu-Lapu and Mactan, Newtown, in this little area, and I did some walking tours. If you haven't seen those videos, you can see some of my other videos. I did specific reviews and kind of critiqued Lapu-Lapu and Mactan, Newtown. So that's where I've been living since I got here. But like I said, I like to explore, so I started going over to Bohol, and I went over there in Panglao and did videos on that, and did Alona Beach reviews, and did some reviews on some beaches and some things over there in Bohol. So I started going back and forth between the two, and what I would do is I'd stay over in Bohol for 3 or 4 days, and it's cheap enough. Like I said in some of my other videos, you can find hotels over in Bohol if you do some shopping around for about $27, $28 a night US. So pretty cheap. But what I started finding, me personally, I liked Bohol better than I liked Cebu and Lapu-Lapu for a couple different reasons. So I'm going to get into that. I like the less congestion personally because, like I said, I like to ride the motorcycle. In Bohol, the traffic congestion versus Cebu and even Lapu-Lapu is about a quarter of what you get over here. So you can hop on the motorcycle and get around pretty easily. I'm not a stranger to the motorcycle. I had a Harley in America, so I'm real comfortable on a motorcycle. But like I said in one of my other videos, if you haven't seen it, traffic congestion here versus the United States is a whole different animal. like I said, they don't follow traffic rules here. They basically non-existent. So even though I'm comfortable on a motorcycle and riding a big bike, the traffic congestion here and the way people drive are just like total idiots that you're not used to. So the less congestion, the better. And I just feel better driving in Bohol. I feel less likely that I'm going to die or get into some horrific traffic accident when I'm driving around Bohol versus driving around. Pretty much once you leave Mocktown, Newtown on the motorcycle, it's honestly just stressful for me. And like I said, it's not like I can't drive a motorcycle or not comfortable on a big bike. That's not the issue. It's always I'm more worried about the other drivers, right, on the way they drive. So that is one of the big factors, honestly, that went into my decision-making process to get another place over in Bohol. Was I like to ride the motorcycle. I like it. It gives me a sense of freedom. I want to be able to go outside, hop on my bike, and take off and go where I want to go. I don't have to rely on taxi drivers that are going to rip me off 99.9% of the time. I like the freedom it provides. I like the feeling of driving the bike. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I don't have to worry. So I like that. That was one. Two, like I said, about the pollution. Even in Lapu-Lapu, it's pretty disgusting, honestly. One, like I said in another video, people just burn their garbage here. That's just the way they get rid of garbage. Apparently, trash pickup is not a thing unless you live in maybe a nice area. In my condo, it's not a problem. They pick up the garbage here. But anywhere you can look out here, you can't probably see them on the video, but probably about 200 meters from here, there's lots of really poor areas, and the way they get rid of their garbage is they burn it. So any time of the day or night, you can smell plastics burning in the air, and it's disgusting. There's a little loop that I run, but it's short. It's about 25 minutes is about the furthest I can get without running in really bad areas where the air quality is just so disgusting you don't really want to run in it. That was another factor. And Bohol, you still have that problem because it's the Philippines. And that's just the way a lot of them get rid of their trash is burning it. But the air, because there's less people over there and less congestion, the air quality is better, and it makes me feel a little better, honestly, when I want to go out, walk, and run. The other big one for me was just things to do. And once you leave Mocktown, Newtown here in Lapu-Lapu, there's not much that you want to do out there. For me personally, yeah, I go explore and I go drive around, and there's malls and there's things to do. I like nature more than I like malls, so I like the beaches, I like snorkeling, I like diving, I like doing stuff like that. I like being really active. I want to go walk on the beach, I want to go run, I want to do stuff. I like, that's my bread and butter, so to speak, right? So in Bohol, there's some really great beaches and there's some amazing snorkeling there and diving. I haven't been diving in a long time, so I want to get recertified, but I'm planning on doing that, and you can do that. Great, amazing dive spots there. So yeah, all these things kind of went into my thought process, and what I found out for me, the way I justified this second house is, like I said in another video, I'm not rich by any means. I don't really have to pinch pennies either, so I'm comfortable, let's just say that. But the way I justified it was this. To park my motorcycle here at my condo is 3,500 pesos a month just for the parking fee here. I have a house over in Bohol, so I don't have to pay for parking, obviously. So there's that. The hotels, even though they're cheap, about $30 US, I was going to Bohol so often, I was staying about 8 days a month. So I did the math on that, what it was costing to stay at a hotel for 8 days. And then when you stay at a hotel, you eat out breakfast, lunch, and dinner, unless you're skipping meals. So you're saving when I could stay at the house, right? But I'm not eating out breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm probably going to eat out dinner most nights because that's just typically what I end up doing. And sometimes I cook at home. So I factored in all those things. Anyway, the way the math turned out was it was actually about breaking even or actually saving money, believe it or not, having a second place, just because of the frequency in which I went to Bohol. If you're not like me and you don't like to travel, some people are pretty happy with where they're staying and they're not going to venture out much, and they're not going to go stay 8 to 10 days in a hotel a month, right? In other destinations. And I like Bohol enough where I was going. It became that much of a frequency because I kind of found myself, I got back to Mocktown, Newtown, and about a week, I start to get pretty damn bored here, honestly. But there's some great things about this area. One is the access to everything. Like I said in other videos, specifically here in Newtown. I walk outside of my door, there's a grocery store literally about 25 meters away. It's amazing. Anytime you forget anything, oh, I ran out of coffee, I ran out of milk, I need just whatever. I could walk out and I have it in 30 seconds. Versus in Bohol, you don't really have that. You don't have a lot of big grocery stores. You have them in Tagularon in the city. Around where I got my house, it's more like sorry stores and stuff like that. So just ease of access and options here. But I'll come back to that. So there's a decent amount of restaurants. If you go back and watch my video on the walking tour of Newtown, there's a few restaurants here, a couple good coffee shops. There's a Starbucks about 50 yards that way. There's another coffee shop about 50 yards that way. And I have a lot of friends here. So I met a lot of expats and we become pretty close-knit group of friends. I like that aspect of it. And you're going to have that here if you live in this area because, you know, foreigners, when you see another foreigner, not all the time, but a lot of them want to chit-chat and you become friends pretty quick because you share similar backstories and experiences. And so it becomes a kind of a neat, close-knit group of people. Not that I can't find that in Bohol, but I think this environment probably lends itself a little more to that because you see the same people all the time walking around and hanging out at the coffee shops and things like that. So there's some positives here to live in. In Newtown, it's a great building. They take care of it great. Good security. My condo's great. And the reason I did this video like this today, because this is the view from my living room. And it's a great view of giant windows. It overlooks the water. Over on this side, I'll pan the camera over there in a minute. It's mountains from Cebu. You can see on that side, water on this side. So amazing view, overlooks the pool. The pool, I could be out in the great pool that overlooks the water in, you know, a minute. So amazing building. I always said what I wanted when I got here and when I went to Bohol was I wanted to be able to move this condo over to Bohol. But you don't see these big, great condo complexes in Bohol. What you get over there is a lot of like apartment style. They'll still call them condos, but they're more like what we're used to in America. It would be an apartment, like a 2 or 3 story building. Maybe it's about the most you're getting. So what I found over there was I actually found a great house, and it's 20,000 pesos a month, and it's a 2-bedroom house and brand new, never lived in, 100% furnished, great building, brand new, just beautiful, cute little place. And I got it for 20,000 pesos. So I got to go back and kind of correct a comment I made in one of my videos. I made a comment that you probably couldn't find a decent house for 20,000 pesos. So kind of eating my own words on that. And I found a great place for 20,000 pesos. But that's in Bohol, not here in Cebu. So things are a little cheaper in Bohol. So that's the other thing to think about. And I noticed food's a little cheaper over there and things are a little cheaper. And then you kind of get some ancillary benefits from living in Bohol of the police don't really mess with people that much. Not that I'm doing anything illegal, but you don't have a lot of those checkpoints like we have in Cebu. And like I said, I ride the motorcycle. Just seems to be a little more laid back. And that's kind of what I wanted. Bohol has a very, and I hope this makes sense, has a very island vibe to it, a very relaxed, beachy island vibe too. And it just kind of has a cool feel to it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But it just has that feel to it. And I like that. I like to be able to, my house that I'm getting is close enough. I can jump on my scooter and be at that, South Palms Beach is about 5 minutes away. Amazing beach. So my plan is I'm gonna go run there probably next week and see. I don't think it's gonna be a long enough run unless I do it like 3 or 4 times, but I'm gonna go test that out. But I like that. So you have that ability there, and it just has a great kind of chill feel to it. Not that Mocktown doesn't, but like I said, I tend to get pretty bored here pretty fast. So unfortunately, I'm going to juggle the 2 places. I'm still going to keep this condo because I signed a year lease. And like I said, I'm only 3 months into it. So I have 9 more months left on this lease. So I'm going to juggle the 2 places. But I think what it's going to do is it gives me time to evaluate where I want to stay. I'm probably going to stay in one or the other at the end of this lease. But chances are I'm going to end up staying in Bohol more, and that's going to end up being my permanent residence. Like when I renew a lease or get a new place, it's going to be in Bohol and not here. And maybe it's going to be somewhere else. I don't know. My other plan is starting next year. I want to hit Sikio, I want to hit Palawan, I want to hit Boracay and do a lot more traveling. And who knows, maybe I'll fall in love with one of those places more so than Bohol. But right now, I feel myself, I want to spend more time in Bohol and less time here. Unfortunately, I'm locked into this lease, so I can't even break it because I already paid for the entire year up front. That was good and bad, maybe dumb on my part, but I didn't want the hassle of having to deal with the monthly payments when I got here, so I paid the entire year up front. So I'm stuck with it. I can't, even if I were to break it, I'm just screwing myself basically because I already paid the entire lease contract. So, but that turned out to be a good thing because I don't have this payment to worry about. I just have the house payment in Bohol. So I don't know. Maybe it's going to end up being a dumb decision, and a couple of my buddies think I'm really a dumbass for, it doesn't make sense. Why do you want 2 places? You have a great condo, blah, blah, blah. You just go to Bohol and stay in a hotel and you don't have the hassle of the house. But I justified it. Like I said, I did the math, and honestly, it came out to be a wash. If not, it came out to be actually saving money between, like I said, staying eight nights or more at a hotel in Bohol was actually costing me more than it would cost to just get the house. So it is what it is, and whatever. Makes me happy to have the freedom to be able to do that. I go spend 2-3 weeks in Bohol, come back to Mocktown, spend a week or 2 here. When I get bored here, hop on the ferry. 2 hours later, I'm back in Bohol and living that life. So I think it's going to honestly give me the life that I wanted. Not that I'm not happy now, but it's going to just add another venue for me, so to speak, and just give me a lot more options where I'm not going to get bored. Because for me personally, I don't know, everybody's obviously a little different. Some people are very content not doing much. I'm very, very active, and I get bored really quick. After about a week or 2 sitting in a place not doing much, I start to get antsy and I want to go do stuff. So I need that personally just for my own mental happiness. So it is what it is, and I hope that helps. So yeah, if you're thinking about Cebu, I personally hated IT Park. I would never live over there in a million years. You probably couldn't give me a free condo to live over in IT Park. I just didn't like it that much, honest to God. I know a lot of people love it over there, and a lot of people maybe watching this live there or have lived there or want to live there, whatever. Some people like that city life, but that is 100% city life. Lapu-Lapu is a little more of a mix of a little bit of a city vibe to it, but it's a lot more laid back and calmer and less traffic congestion. Downside is Mocktown, Newtown is really small. The whole strip, if you go back and watch my video, it's probably 200 meters long, where there's, the restaurants and things like that, coffee shops. So it's really small. Bohol, I never did a whole lot of tours on Bohol, other than that Alona Beach. And there's a lot more on Alona Beach in that area of is restaurants. So there's so many options of restaurants and nightlife if you're into that in Bohol than there is here. I'm not counting IT Park. There's a lot over there. I get that, but I don't live over there and I don't want to live over there. So I'm specifically talking about Lapu-Lapu, Mocktown. But there's much more options in Bohol, much better restaurants actually. A lot of good options from American food to Thai to French to Italian. Great restaurants, a lot of nightlife. Honestly, I think there's just more to do there, and I'm just happier there. So, like I said, I'm probably going to be spending more time there. So, if you're looking at maybe both places, honestly, my advice would be, don't do what I did and lock yourself into a year lease or even a 6-month lease, maybe. What a buddy of mine does is he gets it. He does a month. He does a month, and then if he wants to extend, he'll extend. And I kind of wish I did that, honestly, or even 3 months. You could probably talk people into doing 3-month leases versus a 6-month. Because I think in 3 months here in Lapu-Lapu, I would have known that I preferred Bohol more, and I would have ended up over there and I wouldn't have had to pay for 2 places. So lesson learned there. That would be my advice. Do 1 to 3 months, test out a place, see if you like it, explore other areas in the Philippines if you can, and then make your determination. All right, what do I like better now that I've actually physically been there versus watching YouTube videos, right? Because everybody, like I said, likes their own things. So I hope that helps you, and hope to keep you from making the same financial little speed bump mistake that I made here. But like I said, I'll rectify it and deal with it and have the most fun, and I hope that helps. And all right, like and subscribe, because I'll be putting out a lot more videos, and I'll do some videos on Bohol. I do a lot like exploring on the bike and do some things in Bohol and travel around, bringing the bike over there and just leaving it at the house. So all right, thanks guys, see you later.